What's up guys, my name is Blake Moore, welcome to More Finance, and in this video what I'm going to be doing for you guys is I'm going to be going on a Doordash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub multi-app shift, and we are only going to be accepting orders that are $8 or above. Now the reason that I'm doing this is because I like to try out different ways on how to make the most money possible as a delivery driver. So obviously I'm going to be using all three apps, but normally I don't put a cap on what orders I can accept, because sometimes you get some decent orders that are like $5 for a mile or $6 for 2 miles or something like that. But tonight we're being extremely selective and only accepting orders that are $8 or more. Doesn't matter the mileage, I can determine that on my own, but the only criteria is that it has to be at least $8. Otherwise, I can't accept it, even if it's an order for $7 for 1 mile. So we're gonna see how this works out. We're gonna see how it shapes up to my normal pay. It is a Saturday night, and I do have $2 peak pay with Doordash. So that might mean Doordash is extra slow because there's more dashers out on the road, or it might mean that it's really busy and I'm gonna be getting big orders the entire night. Who knows, we're gonna see what happens. So I'm gonna be going from about 6:45 to about 9:15. So just a quick little 2.5 hour dinner shift on a Saturday night. We're gonna see what happens, and then at the end of the video, I'm gonna be breaking down my income. We're gonna see how much I made. We're gonna see if it was worth it, how it shapes up to even last Saturday night shift, which is where I made $41 an hour. We're gonna see how it matches up with that and just see if it actually does pay off to be this selective with your orders, because I honestly have never tried it. So we're gonna go out there and see what happens. Let me go get in my car. Well guys, what a crazy first hour and a half we're having. Almost every single order has been over $8, surprisingly. Yes, there is $2 peak pay with Doordash, but the other two apps, they're still pulling in big orders. So kind of an odd night. I don't think I've ever seen this many big orders. You guys have seen the ones I've rejected, and I think we're at $58 an hour and a half into this whole thing. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down. As you guys can hear, I just got another order, so I'm going to leave you guys for a second and see what it is. And it's an order that I can't accept because it's $5.76, so we cannot accept that order. But yeah, like I said, we are doing phenomenal and things do not seem to be slowing down at all. So maybe this is the best way to do it. This is the first time I've been so selective with orders, and it's really paying off. Yes, it's a Saturday night, but this is just crazy. So hopefully we keep getting some massive orders. Let's see what happens. Well guys, we may have just had our best shift that we've ever done. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't checked out the numbers yet, but I have a feeling we made over $40 an hour during the 2.5 hours we went. So I'm going to go back to the office. We're going to break everything down for you guys and see if this whole thing was actually worth it. I'm almost guaranteeing that it was, and then I'll do my finance breakdown for you guys. Let's go. All right, guys, we're back, and I have my entire finance breakdown for you guys, which we're going to get into right now. Actually, we're going to do the finance breakdown first so we can see how it shapes up to my normal shifts. And if you guys have been watching any of my other videos, you know about how much I make multi-apping, and so we're going to compare it to that. We're going to compare it to last week's $41 per hour Saturday night. And yeah, let's just get right into things. So from Doordash, we made $70.25. For Uber Eats, we made $17.02. And from Grubhub, we made $23.24, which brings our total to $110.51, which is absolutely amazing. This was the best shift I have ever done, not by far, because last week I made $41 per hour on a Saturday night. But this week I made $44.20 per hour before taxes are taken out and before expenses. But that's crazy. I've never averaged $44 per hour consecutive hours in a row. Like, I had one Saturday where I averaged, I think it was $40 for like a 10-hour shift. And last week I averaged, I think, $41 for like 3 or 4 hour shift, which is incredible. And so yes, this shift was a little bit less in the time frame that I went, because it was only 2.5 hours. So it probably would have lowered as I got later into the night. But $44.20 per hour for 2.5 hours, I'll take that any day. So the miles I drove were 62.2 miles for the 2.5 hours I went. And that means we can deduct $34.83 off of our income. So we don't have to pay that towards taxes. The money that we do have to pay towards taxes is $75.68. And so if you take 20% of that, that's just what I put away every time I get paid, is $15.14 that I owe on taxes. So that brings our total after taxes are paid to $95.37. And so the way you do that, just to break it down a little further, you take the standard deduction, which is 57 cents per mile you drive, and you can deduct that off of your income. So since I drove 62.2 miles, that means I can deduct $34.83 off of my income, which means that you take that standard deduction, which for me was $34, and you subtract that from your total income that you made, which was my $110. And then that's how I got the $75 number, and that's the money you have to pay taxes on. So I take 20% of that, and that's how I get that $15 number. So that's kind of just a further little breakdown for those of you who are wondering how I got those exact numbers. That's how. And so the total after taxes was $95.37. And since I drove the 62.2 miles, I only spent $4.42 on gas. And the way I get that number is on a full tank of gas, I can drive 500 miles. 62.2 miles is about 6.8% of that. And so I take how much it costs me to fill up a full tank of gas, which is $65, and I take 6.8% of that, which is how I got the $4.42 on gas. So that's a little further breakdown on that as well for those of you who are looking at how I got those numbers. And so our total after taxes and gas was $90.95. Yes, you probably should be saving a couple dollars every shift towards car maintenance. I'm not going to break it down that in depth in this video, but yes, maybe about $5 for every $100 you make goes towards saving up for a new car or car repairs. So just keep that in mind, but we're not going into that today. And so my hourly after those expenses is $36.38 per hour, which is just crazy. That's an extremely good paying job. Yes, this was a dinner shift. Yes, this was a Saturday night, but it is kind of odd that I was able to make more than I ever have per hour, and I was the most selective I ever have been with my orders. So is this the best way to do Doordash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub? I don't know. I'm not in all your guys' markets, so you would have to figure out what works best for you. Maybe you don't get that many orders. I know on a Saturday night, I'm going to be consistently getting order after order after order, especially using 3 apps at once. And so I wanted to see if being more selective with my orders, I'm going to be declining even those orders that are like $7 for 2 miles, because maybe the next order I get after that is going to be a $12 order for 4 miles or something like that. Like, you never know the orders you could get. So maybe I could even increase it to $9 per order. Like, don't accept anything below that, just because I know that on a Saturday night I'm going to be getting those orders. But I also don't think this strategy would necessarily work except on weekends or except on days that you know in your market are going to be busy. And so I would recommend to stay away from this strategy, maybe lower it to $6 on a normal day, like a Wednesday, Thursday type of day, because it's going to be hard to consistently get orders over $8 during those days unless you have a good amount of peak pay in there. So overall, I would say it's a good strategy to use on the weekends. Other days, try and find something else, but I do think it's a good strategy to use, and that way you avoid any lowball orders and you can get those really big orders, which, as you guys saw, I only used $4 in gas and I ended up making $110 off of that $4 worth of gas because I was doing almost $2 per mile consistently the whole night. So it worked out really well for me. Maybe you guys can try it in your market. Let me know how it goes. Leave a comment down below because I love hearing from you guys. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully it gave you some great information and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to be entered into the giveaway that I'm doing for my subscribers for the month of July. And also, if you want to help me donate 10 cents per subscriber to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, that's what I'll be doing for the month of July as well. So if you want to be a part of either one of those, make sure you subscribe. And as you guys know, you're the best subscribers in the entire world, and I'll see you guys next time.